Welcome back, guys, to Zisteau Plays Minecraft. This is episode number 60, getting up in the numbers there. So, today, we're gonna solve some problems, or at least in my mind, this is how it's gonna work. Maybe it won't happen that way, but in my mind, I think we're gonna solve some problems. We're gonna check off our list, one of the projects we've been trying to make, or at least we'll start it. And in the fullness of time, we'll check it off. That being a wheat farm. So here's a series of problems. I've been wanting to make a wheat farm and didn't know where to put one. That's problem one. Problem number two is that we've been putting these tree farm things in this cave, and there's just not too many block types in the game at this point, and it's hard to set off, have some contrast, with so many of the blocks being a similar grayish color. We've got a cobblestone path going through the stone caves, and there's no pop. There's no pop because there's no contrast. There's no depth to the thing. Even though we're zigzagging left and right, it could be way better. So that's problem number two. Problem number three? What was problem number three? I think there was another one. Okay, but here's the thing. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to solve this problem together. You and me. But I mean together we're going to solve the pop problem by using some different block types. And we need to get rid of this wall, too. This is something not quite related. This wall needs to get blown to smithereens. And I'd rather use cobblestone. I'd rather use TNT to do it instead of picking every single block individually. Wow, look at that perfect block that box we just made. I'd rather do it this way. It might be faster. Let's do a twofer this time. Kerplowskis! Yeah, okay, so we need to open this up so we can have some visuals again. Let's tell you what, let's go ahead and do this on camera first. So, we want this area to pop when we walk through it. We want it to look good. And to do that, we need some block types that aren't gray. Well, what are our options? Not too many, as I just mentioned. Ooh, and I blew up this platform a little bit. That's okay. All right, we're going to do one more here, and then I just want to see what that does for us. Visually speaking, does it look less restrictive now? Yeah, okay, lovely. Let me go ahead and just get rid of this manually. Let's put up just a torch here. I'll refine that in a bit. What we're going to do, instead of having this big arch thing, it's going to be just two columns with just a little bit of arch, but we'll hopefully be able to see the cave running through the different tree areas. Hopefully that looks good. Let's pick up all this cobblestone. I need some project that's going to require a ton of cobblestone, because I have been generating a ton of it doing all of this cave creation stuff. Yeah, now we can see through. That's better. Let's go back up here. How does the view look as we approach? These trees, by the way, they will be getting slightly smaller because the roof is too high. So we're getting the bigger trees. So there will be slightly more visibility right through there. Yeah, but already that's way better. Okay, so block types. We could use reeds. Can't even see the reeds through there. But we could use reeds. We're already using those in this this screen thing in the walls. So I don't think that works for under here. We could use water. The grass blocks are definitely an option. But I think the solution to our two problems is to put the wheat field, the wheat farm, underneath the tree farm. So now you can already tell I've started to sort of carve these things out in anticipation of this moment. These tree platforms are going to be kind of floating, and we'll have maybe some supports for them leading down into the tree farm, or into the wheat farm. So it'll be a multi-layered cavern. I think it's going to be a lot more interesting visually than what we have now. What we have now is a good start, but I think this is the secret key that we've been looking for. And I'm going to be a little bit careful. I'm going to be a little careful in how I excavate this, because I don't want to blow up all of my wood platforms. I only have so much glowstone, for instance. Yeah, let's just do one at a time. Yeah, not bad, not too shabby. Have a multi-tiered thing. Oh, it's gonna look so much better. So much better. See? Doesn't it look better? Actually, yeah, it does look a little bit better. We have to repair everything we just blew up. The path is a mess, but you can already tell the difference. It pops a little bit more because there's shadows underneath this platform thing. Way better. We're gonna fix some stuff, but it's definitely a step in the right direction. So, last episode we did the world tour thingy, where we walked around and looked at all the cool terrain. This is the big hole in the ground where we're gonna put the village. And somebody in the comments had a pretty cool suggestion, actually. They said, why don't you place a dragon wall right here? I think this is the spot they were referring to. It was right about when I was walking through there and I was looking back at this direction. I think they mean right here, but whether you meant here or whether you meant somewhere else, I'm going to put it here because this is a good spot. They said, why don't you put a dragon wall and like a little monument to your Skyrim series, Linkso the Nightcat. I thought, wow, that's a really good idea. We've done references to other series. We've gone back to Survival Island and Sea of Flame. Why not incorporate other games into this map in some way or another? I thought that was a really good idea. So right here, I think we're going to place that. I think we're going to clear this, flatten it a little bit. Just this part right here. Okay, Cal, thank you very much. Dude, thank you for your donation. I could always use more leather. Actually, I have no use for leather until we need to start mass-producing books, which who knows when that's going to be. We're going to place a dragon wall. It's going to be kind of tricky to make it look good, I think, because we can't really do curves very well. And we can't really, I don't think we're going to be able to represent the runes on the wall. So just imagine kind of like a horseshoe shape. And we'll try to put some detail into it. And then in the middle, we'll put some kind of like gravestone or marker kind of thing. Yeah, it looks terrible. I'm going to work on it. I'm just trying to tell you what I'm going to do. And I think we'll also elevate the whole thing, maybe one block. So it's like it's on a plinth. On a platform. And maybe we can use some stone slabs out here. I don't know. Let's get rid of this guy. Where would be good? I want it to sort of be centered in there. You know what? Those 3 blocks there, that's basically the center of this hillside, is it not? So this, we would go out to there, and this one would come in some. Maybe I'll break out the calculator. We'll do some trigonometry and figure out like exactly how to make it. But then back here, something like this. That much would be on a plinthy plinth. And then we'd have, I need more spaces on my bar. I need more bar spaces. That would be there. Yeah. There we go. The empty grave of Linkso the Nightcat. I thought about saying, here lies Linkso the Nightcat, but he's not dead. He's just waiting for the next adventure, the next Elder Scrolls game to come out in probably 2 years from now, given that they released Fallout very recently. They tend to go in like a 2-year, 3-year, every other kind of thing. I think it looks all right. I mean, we're a bit limited here, but I think I did all right with the blocks I had. I tried to sort of imply details with the stair blocks, like these are the runes. You know, just like squint your eyes. Squint your eyes. It's got some shapey stuff in the back. I think it looks okay. If you look at it from a distance, maybe it'll be all right. Okay, we can break this. We can grab this. We'll bust it. You ever busted a crafting bench with a bed? Yeah, that's the way you live. And then this will just be something you see in the background, kind of like that portal, which we don't really ever use because we got one on the base now. Is it symmetrical? I mean, besides the runes? Yes. Okay, good. Let's leave it here. Every once in a while, I think it's good to just do some small build where, at least for me, it's like I'm cleansing my palate. Like I'm eating sushi and I need a little bit of ginger between the really awesome stuff. I need to cleanse the palate. All my builds tend to be these super big, not just big, but complicated, and I try to make everything work together, and that can be very mentally exhausting sometimes. I don't really have a good way to get back over. I guess we'll go around the mountainy thing. yeah, it's good to just do something small that's not... It's not wrapped up in like 10 other systems and whatnot. This area, I mean, I can't wait to put a village here. Maybe we should think about how a path is going to connect to there one day. Maybe we'll just wait. Oh, okay, we can't go that way. Let's turn around, and we can get back to the big complicated builds where everything's got to work together perfectly. All right, so I got two ideas for here regarding the wheat farm. One was to have one little spot right about here where I drop a water bucket, and it would cascade down through all the wheat fields, and they would all get pushed way down there, and then we go pick them up. And it would be kind of like a not really an automatic wheat farm, but a mostly automatic wheat farm. But I decided maybe we'll wait for that, something like that, until we get pistons. When we get pistons, oh man, I am going to be like a kid in a candy shop. You don't really appreciate the things you're missing until you actually can't have them anymore. I have been looking forward to the day when we have the pistons for so long. Oh my gosh. And if this world would get off its butt and advance the patches, we could actually do that. It's not like I have any control over that kind of thing. Okay, so that's one idea. To have everything kind of terraced and cascading down as we go down in levels. The other idea is to use like the geometry of this, where we've got a platform, a column thing, supporting each of the tree platforms. We could have wheat underneath it, under each one, and then we could have sort of like a river coming down through the middle with some grassy stuff, just to break up how kind of organized and square all of this is. I don't know which one I really like better. We're going to see how this looks. And I don't even have that many seeds. I had to go out to the rift, and I had to harvest the wheat farm there, because I don't actually have any seeds in my base here. I don't remember the last time I actually did any wheat farming. Any wheat farming. It's not really super useful. I guess it would be an easier to gather food source than the pigs. Or I guess... Yeah, the pigs. Cows just give us leather in this patch. Until we get to the patch where we can breed animals. That's all the seeds I got. So we're going to have to wait for that to grow. And I guess we'll see what the panel looks like at that level. See if we can expand that. I'll get to work adding basically that kind of thing to this. And then we'll try to put some kind of water thing in the middle. Dang it. I was really hoping that I could just find some pattern that I could repeat for each of these 6 different tree platforms. It would be very simple, very easy. I could just copy it 6 times and we'd be finished. But no, I think after making these squares, I think it's pretty obvious, at least to me. It feels boring. It feels too boring. So we got to dig it up. We have to do the more organic looking terraced thing. We'll still have these columns. We're still going to have the, oh man, my brain is just dying on me right now. The screens with the slabs and the reeds and the wood behind it, like over there. That's going to be our regular pattern that we're repeating, but the wheat thing, it's got to be more terraced and organic looking. Not just 6 squares. That is too boring for my base. All right, think I'm about done for the day. Kind of amazing how much time you can just sink into a project like this when you have to break blocks so slowly before enchants. I think I've spent like 12 hours on this episode, something like that. Whoop. Yeah, takes a long time to make changes in this version of the game, so we got a terracey thing, and I need seeds, so we gotta wait for this to grow. I'm a bit limited on time for that. But I want to put in a panel here and see what that looks like. So we're going to need, let's see, I want to put some glowstone in the wall, just 2 pieces. And let's see, axe is there. My inventory is fairly crowded up. It needs to be right about there. Okay, so that's 2 blocks from the edge. Lovely. Okay, good. That'll give it a nice bright sheen. Swap all those around. Place all the reeds. Take a step back, see what it looks like. Okay, so now that we've sort of more or less know the amount of space that this cave with the trees and the wheat and all the farmy stuff, whatever that's going in here, all the paths and whatnot, the total size is more or less figured out. We can get back to fiddling with the rail lines. We broke that rail line a while ago. When we... What were we even doing? Oh, when we made the note block entrance. Yeah, we broke our rail line. It's no longer functional. We need to reconnect that up, find a better route, and we need to hook up one to go out to the Firelands, out towards the Sea of Flame. So we'll need a place for the rail, those two rail lines to start. The place we were going to use has been used for something else, so we can't use it for that. We'll continue working on this stuff. I need to figure out how the water is going to get here. I would like it to come from these things. Maybe not this central one. Maybe these, this one and the one there will come down in some manner. I was thinking about, on the lens, I only had the one source block, which I'm not going to do here. But the cool thing was how just because I needed it, I got all the water to separate and flow into all these different places. And just figuring out how that worked ended up with some cool designs. I think we might do something similar with getting some sort of river to come down through the middle. And I still have source blocks under the columns. So this is still got enough water to plant the crops. This here is going to have to be dug down just a bit to fit what we're doing. I think it's coming along slowly. In the end, it will be impressive. I really wish I could do upside down stairs. Can't wait for that day when I can put upside down stairs on things and we can use pistons. Oh man, it's gonna be a whole new world when we can do that. But let's do one more walkthrough and take some views of what we've done. It's getting there. Yep. Oh yeah, that's looking good. I like the way that looks. We need a balance. I think I talked about this before. We need a balance of order and chaos. So these panels on the sides, the platforms with the trees, these are order. The cascading terraced wheat farm, that's the chaos. It's just organic, you know? Organic and geometric. Yeah, coming along. The panels are going to look cool. In the end, it'll look awesome. You know what? I've been wanting to do those murals, and maybe with the wall like we did with the note block entrance, it just occurred to me we've got a pretty big open space here, and I haven't come up with a design for the roof yet. Maybe this is our time to do some murals. We can have one there, and one there. Oh, that's a good idea. It'll be hard to see here. We're going to have to lower the roof so these trees don't grow so big. But that's it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Continue giving ideas for things to do. Any sort of feedback. I really like that dragon wall thing we did. That was a cool little project. Could use some more ideas for small things like that so I don't get too bogged down in the giant complicated things. We'll see you next time. See you later. Take it easy. Have a good day. Bye-bye.